All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my podcast. And what you just heard right now was In Living Colors, Cult to Personality. And many people that associate that song in the pro wrestling community and their one-off UFC match know that this is CM Punk's theme song. And they were in the studio a few days ago re-recording Code of Personality or doing something different. Probably Friday or Saturday. I don't know what day it was. And people speculated that CM Punk was going to return. Now, what I just listened to now was them on a Howard Stern show like 4 years ago. First off, before I give my opinion about CM Punk, the main people that's making some money right now is these musical bands or artists like Elton John with Saturday for AEW Collision. Montangelis is making money for both AEW and WWE with the Judgment Day theme and Edge's theme. My point is, despite how we feel about these pro wrestlers, these bands is making some royalty checks from from the music. People like the theme song, so they streaming it. It's not made from the composers of the company. It's literally companies, billion-dollar companies buying rights to this music. And these songs range for decades, 10, 20, 30 years from now. These songs are still like bangers, Billboard songs that won Grammys and stuff. So yeah, I just want to throw that in. Like, despite how we feel about Edge or CM Punk, just remember that at the end of the day, these bands is making some money. And yesterday, I was watching one of my other favorite podcasters called JD from New York. And he said something that resonated with me. And JD from New York said this right here. And if you're not familiar with him, go watch him right now. Even if you're not a pro wrestling fan, it's just funny how he gets mad about the product, but he's very passionate about the product. And my style is similar to JD from New York style, although he's a little disrespectful, but he tells it like it is. He doesn't cut corners. He tells it like it is. And I like that about him. He tells it like it is. And he said something yesterday that motivated me. And he said this: the reason why I'm happy CM Punk is back is simply because no matter how we feel about CM Punk, at the end of the day, as podcasters, YouTubers, blah, 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 we're still going to make our money because we're talking about them. And I always learn, if somebody's relevant, or sometimes, if somebody has relevancy, they're going to be talked about. If you're irrelevant, you're not going to be talked about at all. This goes for people that's famous, and it's even people infamous. What's infamous, you may say? Infamous can be people that's like known for bad things, like a Jeffrey Dahmer or a murderer. And CM Punk to me isn't famous, but he's infamous. And the reason why CM Punk is infamous is because he is a problem. And I said this before in my most recent CM Punk podcast. I said it. I said CM Punk is going to return this Survivor Series. I said it. I knew he was going to return. And I also said in my speculation that MJF is going to debut at WWE in 2024. Because every time you look at AEW, it's always two things that occur at AEW right now: CM Punk shots or WWE shots. So let's put that in one. Or it's going to be something on the lines of showing All in London. All in London again. It's like, okay, dude, how many times y'all going to show this poster? Like, are y'all teasing us? We know MJF is not going to be in there. But that's kind of annoying with AEW, how they keep showing All in London and AEW Fight Forever consistently. And it's like, dude, it's very annoying. It's very annoying. We get that. First off, AEW Fight Forever is like one of the worst games ever in 2023. And I'm a pro wrestling fan because I don't pick sides when it comes to pro wrestling. I like both brands. Everybody got their flaws. It's kind of like, I go to Burger King for a good burger, or McDonald's for a good burger, or I go to McDonald's for some fries, or I may turn around and go to Whataburger for a good burger, and may go to McDonald's for some fries, or somewhere for a shake, or go to Arby's for some curly fries, or Jack in the Box for some curly fries. What I'm trying to say is, I love food. I'm a foodie, so I'm going to support both companies or all companies because I'm good at it. But every company always has something good. Every company that always have something bad. Although I wish that both companies can kind of stop jabbing each other and everything. Because at the end of the day, I'm just a normal person that's passionate about wrestling, video games, and movies. And I'm over here doing my thing, trying to make an income and get subscribers to my channel. Meanwhile, we're talking about our opinions about these franchises. So without further ado, I'm going to give you my reason about CM Punk. I am not happy CM Punk is returning. Why I'm not happy about CM Punk returning is because he's a hypocrite. And I don't like nobody that's a hypocrite. You took a dump, because I'm trying to watch my profanity. You took a huge load, a dump. Literal dump. Well, not a literal dump. You talked down on the WWE, talked down on that product so bad it said you was never ever going to return. And you tucked tail like a little immature child and ran off. And people are so excited about CM Punk's return. They're excited. They're nostalgic. But the same way I feel about CM Punk is the same way I feel about Hulk Hogan. I wasn't happy when Hulk Hogan returned. When Hulk Hogan returned to the WWE, Hulk Hogan returned and they paired him with Titus O'Neil. I wasn't a fan of Hulk Hogan because of that racist crap he said to his daughter, Brooke Hogan. Similar to Sonny. Sonny, a wrestler named Sonny, is in jail right now for killing somebody. Point is, I'm never gonna forgive somebody for a crime they did or something bad they did. You have one shot to mess over a person. Hulk Hogan did that with the racist stuff. CM Punk has did that because he's a grown man. He quit WWE, got his butt handed to him twice in UFC, quit there. Then he went to AEW, got into it with multiple people, got fired. Now he's back in WWE, giving us a stupid, lame promo that was so Triple H telling him to just say whatever you want to say and screw these people. Like, really? Like, hold on. I'm going to try to pull a Punk promo up right quick so y'all can hear it. Because once I heard it, I'm like, dude, this is so generic. This is so generic. Hold on.
Hello?
This ad, so let me turn it down. Because one thing about YouTube, they like to play 100 million ads. All right, let's just fast forward. Okay, they playing another ad. Okay. Let me turn this ad down. I hate when I try to make a point and YouTube just screws over me. All right, listen to this.
Almost everybody.
All right, listen to this.
Some people are afraid. They're afraid of the truth. They're afraid of what they don't understand, but I understand. Everything I've ever wanted has always been here. The competition here, week in and week out, competes to be the best in the world, but the best in the world has not been here for almost 10 years.
All right, so that right there, like, first off, you're an egomaniac. Best in the world hasn't been here in 10 years. Dude, within a 10-year span of WWE, I'm going to give Punk his kudos on this. Because allegedly, it was his idea to form the Shield backstage, and he got Roman, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins together. Bravo to that. Because those three are killing it right now in wrestling. Although, my favorite out of those three is going to be Roman and Seth. Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, I'm not a fan of because he too is kind of problematic like Punk. They do have similar personalities, but Punk obviously saying he's the best in their world. We've had Seth Rollins carrying the company with his back. Roman Reigns carrying the company with his back. AJ Styles carrying the company with his back. It's so many wrestlers that carried this company with his back. Although Vinnie Mac is so-called gone from the company. He was another problem that's been occurring for years due to racism and everything else. And I feel like the WWE is racist, but again, that's another day at another podcast. And I'm going to discuss it because it's getting way worse now since Triple H is in charge. And I'm going to tell you why. But just let this simmer in. But Punk said through this promo that he's changed. And I can agree with a person. I'm not the most perfect person in the world. Every single person that's listening to this podcast, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 million, I don't care how many people listening. But it's billions of people on this earth. And every single person on this planet has made mistakes, has said something they didn't mean to say, has done something they didn't mean. People that's in prison, people that's roaming a free world, people that get away with stuff, people that get away with stuff mentally. Everybody changes. Everybody changes. So I'm not judging the dude for him changing. But he always said he always claims he's changing. He always says that. Then he said at the end of the promo, I'm not here for friends, I'm here for money. I like that he was very direct because I'm going to tell y'all this. Fun fact. People used to tell me this a lot. When you go on to work or anything that's career defining for you, you go there to make your money. You ain't there to make friends. That is a realistic statement. I totally agree with him on that. But at the end of the day, we know Punk is full of BS. He's going to make some friends because there's some people and backstage that loves Punk. Then there's some people backstage that don't love Punk. It's legends like The Undertaker and Stone Cold and many other people endorsing CM Punk. It's making me second guess those people saying, okay, why are y'all endorsing somebody that's problematic in AEW, TNA, UFC, WWE? Then he come back to the WWE because he can have his way with Tony Khan. And Tony Khan fired him. And JD from New York said this the other day. Punk was the EVP. I totally agree. CM Punk was the executive vice president of AEW because I feel like Punk had the freedom to be himself, which is a blessing and a curse. But I can't stand wrestling fans that say, oh man, I hate CM Punk, to jump on the bandwagon. I was a little excited for him to return because I already knew it was going to be some crap. I already knew it was going to be some BS. But I'm not going to be one of them fans like, man, you know what? My opinion changed about CM Punk. I know I said in my podcast 5 episodes ago that I'm not a Punk fan, but I am a Punk fan. No, I'm going to keep my word. I'm not happy that CM Punk is back. Although, like JD from New York say, this guy may make us some money. Punk getting paid, we getting paid. Us mentioning his name is showing that he's relevant. But his relevancy is him being infamous. And people that are infamous are known for bad things. Although you may seem relevant, irrelevancy and oh my God, I'm upset. Irrelevancy and being infamous is in the same category. Being famous and relevant is in the same category. And when I mean by being famous and relevant, that means you like a good celebrity, a positive celebrity, not a celebrity that BS's their fans out of tickets or anything. It's whole different ball game, but I'm not happy CM Punk is back. Although I like him and Seth Rollins feuding because I remember somebody interviewed Seth Rollins about CM Punk and Seth Rollins wasn't feeling it. And I don't blame him. He kind of like, yo, dude, why is he back? Like, what's going on? Like, hold on. Let me try to pull it up right now. I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Nick
Hausman of WrestlingInc.com.
It's a YouTuber called Ango. He put it on his short and said this right here.
Back in WWE. Oh, Philly Phil, stay away, you cancer. Get away from me forever. Wow.
That right there. I saw this from a YouTuber. His short was Ango. Subscribe to Ango on YouTube. And also the guy that interviewed him, his credits is on there too. But at the end of the day, Seth Rollins is correct. Stay away from us. Stay away from WWE. Stay away from the fan base. It's kind of like, let's just say realistically speaking, you own a Fortune 500 business, and you guys are killing it in sales. Y'all have a positive work environment. Y'all income is good. People are getting promotions, raises, business owner, he's good. Everybody is happy. Everybody is winning. Then all of a sudden, a person that's probably can make the company some more money, realistically speaking, probably can make the company some more money, but they're infamous. They could be infamous for scamming, being mean to people backstage, or being mean to people as the boss. And it comes to the company, and the company morale goes up when a person was here, the company morale was up, but then the company morality goes down. It dwindles. It goes severely down, meaning this person is a problem to the company, although them being a problem to the company kind of can get some more money, but the morale rate is kind of severe. People want to quit. People don't want to be in a company. So I don't know if it's a wise move to have CM Punk back to the WWE, because at the end of the day, this is his last straw. I can give him a year or two to stay in the WWE. You know what? Screw that. I'm going to give him between 6 months to 2 years to be in the company. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if you're problematic all the time, eventually you're not going to change. And I've learned that. Some jobs I worked at, I myself was problematic. I myself had some stuff to work on. I admit that as a man. I have some stuff to work on. Once I evaluated myself, learn from my flaws, learn from my mistakes, and fix myself, pick my head up, put positive things in my head, stayed away from negative people, I changed and I embraced it. Okay, I used to be this, now I'm better. And I look back on myself and say, oh, I'm happy I'm not like that. However, if you're like that every single place you go and you can't admit that you're wrong, then something's wrong. Something's wrong. You have literally took a crap on 3 companies that making you money. Far as the UFC, I knew CM Punk was going to return because I remember I heard something about him doing commentary for a UFC event a couple weeks ago, and him talking to Dana White. And WWE and UFC is a merger with Endeavor. So with them being a merger with Endeavor, or whatever the company is called, you already know it's like, okay, if he's talking to Dana White, 9 times out of 10, he's going to come to the WWE. Everything I said was true. It's true. And people are like, dude, it's just pro wrestling. It is pro wrestling. But I'm a passionate wrestling fan. Wrestling cures my depression. It makes me happy. It makes my day. That was one part of my life that I loved. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I literally saw Eddie Guerrero's last pay-per-view match. I literally attended a WWE event where Chris Benoit did that stuff to his family. Every wrestling event has had significance to me. I was at the WWE Raw event where Kevin Owens was crowned champion. I was jumping like a kid when Seth Rollins got pedigreed by Triple H. And I was having a bad day that day. And it made my day. So I'm really passionate about the product. I support the product. Pretty much 99.9% of the events that come here in Houston, Texas, I go to them. So I'm a huge wrestling fan. I like to support the company. Just like me. I want somebody to support me when I grow and become bigger as a filmmaker, an actor, and a podcaster. I want people to support me no matter what. I want somebody that may feel down or may feel like crap to watch my stuff and feel motivated. Like WWE. WWE makes people day. WWE has its flaws, but it could be a good company because it's a company where they have Make-A-Wish. They go to Make-A-Wish. John Cena has the highest Make-A-Wish. Imagine seeing somebody that you love and care for. You see him on TV and that's the last person you see. And then once you open the gates, once you go to home, you talk to God and you in heaven. So that right there is a satisfying feeling where it's like, oh man, I actually met John Cena and I'm actually up here with God. I'm in heaven. This, that, and the four. So that's the way I think about it. I'm very passionate about the product. I am 100% passionate about the product, but I just don't like the fact that people, number one, are jumping on a ship with CM Punk. It reminds me of a video I saw today where it was a cruise ship that sank. And some people jumped off the ship. Some people stayed on that ship. Then there was another ship across that was selling booze and drinks. A lot of people swim to that ship. And that's what I think about CM Punk fans. Y'all are on a sinking ship and y'all are still going to support him. Although you say you're not going to support him, you still support him. And some of them will be like, you know what? This dude's right. CM Punk is toxic. I'm not a fan of him. I'm going to keep my opinion. Let me jump off this ship and go to a different ship of positivity. But then this other ship is sinking and you refuse and you sit on that ship and you die and hurt yourself. That's what I think about CM Punk. He's a cancer. He's negative. He's toxic. You don't want to be around negative people and toxic people. You don't want to watch toxic people on television, especially if you're young. Because a lot of fans these days mimic stuff. They mimic movies, video games with violence and everything. And there's some people that like the positive aspect. They may just have a crappy day at work and they probably just want to sit down and watch pro wrestling. Same way about a person that may be sad if the Cowboys lost or the Texans lost. Everybody got that show or that sports team or something to make them happy. And then when their team lose or they have some controversial coach on the football team that's making a team lose, making a team feel bad, having your star quarterback quitting, having your star linebacker quitting, it's going to make you not want to play, make you not want to watch the product anymore, or make you not a fan of it. And that's how I feel about CM Punk. And Monday Night Raw was okay. Monday Night Raw was not all of that. Not being a hater, I'm being real. Monday Night Raw was okay. It was just simply okay. I'm a huge fan of Friday Night SmackDown. I didn't like Monday Night Raw. I didn't like the tag team turmoil match. I didn't like the tag team match with Natalya and Tegan Nox. It's just a lot of recycled stuff. Then Seth Rollins getting beat up by Drew McIntyre. Although Seth is finna feud with CM Punk. Then we got Cody Rhodes that's entering the Royal Rumble. Now he's feuding with Shinsuke Nakamura. It's just too much going on. It's too much going on. Although Randy Orton's return, oh boy. Randy Orton's return was phenomenal. I loved Randy Orton's return. And every single fan on earth is waiting for Randy Orton to RKO Rhea Ripley because we want it. Rhea Ripley keeps hitting dudes. Bruh. People say they're saying, my hands are bisexual for men and women. And I like that Randy Orton is living that moniker because he don't care who you are. You could be an elderly person. You could be in a wheelchair. You could be the boss. You could be a woman. You could be a man. You could be a transgender. Whatever you identify as, Randy Orton ain't finna discriminate. He about to RK you out of nowhere. And when Randy Orton turn, it's gonna be like a satisfying feeling better than sex and drugs and a drink. That it's gonna be so satisfying when he turn on Cody Rhodes. Or if Cody Rhodes turn on Randy Orton. Whatever the case is, when Randy Orton turns to the quote unquote bad guy that we love, it's gonna be so satisfying. Before he turns to a bad guy and beat up my boy American Dream Rolly Coast, Cody Rhodes, I'm gonna need him to RKO Rhea Ripley. Because I'm gonna say this. The reason why I kind of crap on WWE Raw and WWE Raw is because of the Judgment Day. Judgment Day has already reached its peak. Judgment Day to me was better with Edge. AEW has their own version of Judgment Day with the patriarchy, with Christian, Kill Gage, whatever his name, and Nick Wayne, or more like Nicolas Cage. Oh wait, their name already taken. So it's kind of like, okay, you got the leader, you got their Dominic, you got their so-called Edge or their Finn Balor, which is Christian. Luchasaurus is like their Damian Priest. Pretty sure they're going to get a chick in the stable. So it's like both companies got their own emo band we tired of. Although I am a fan of low budget Judgment Day, the patriarchy, they are pretty good because Christian by himself is pretty good. Christian sometimes don't even take himself serious. So I love the Christian promos. I like when Nick Wayne breaks character. Luchasaurus name change. So if Luchasaurus is a different character, can we take off the Lucha mask and give him a different look? Cause it's like you still giving out the Lucha Dinosaur look. If you're going to change your gimmick, go all in with it. Have something similar to Kane. In the Indies, they have somebody called Blue Kane. And Blue Kane was killing in the Indies. Then they have somebody in the Indies called Krampus. Krampus is killing in the Indies. So we know y'all inspired by horror monsters like Michael Myers and other slashers. So just make something scarier, make something original with Luchasaurus, because at the end of the day, Luchasaurus is a really good wrestler. I can see him going far in life. Like, if he leaves AEW, he can go back to WWE. If not, he could be in horror movies like most of those big men. Most of the big men that was in wrestling. One dude named Tyler Mane was in the god-awful Rob Zombie Halloween movies. Then another dude was in WCW. He really wasn't that known, but he played in the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre and a sequel, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. And he making good money, although he's a jerk. But at the end of the day, Luchasaurus is a good wrestler. I'd be glad when he turned on Christian. And the reason why I'm on Christian is because Christian is on a roll. Christian is on a roll and Randy Orton is back. Now, I remember watching wrestling when Christian was on a roll and then Randy Orton came. It kind of killed his momentum, but when I went to school, everybody talked about Christian and Randy Orton. Now we back in a time where Randy Orton it may be on top of the WWE and Christian is on top of AEW. So I'm happy that Randy Orton's back. And I'm also happy that R-Truth is back. I love the segments. That's one thing I like about Raw is Randy Orton's promo, the Cody Rhodes promo, R-Truth backstage segment. That's pretty much it. Everything else was horrible. It was terrible. I don't care about CM Punk. I don't care about PG Punk. But whatever. So I hope that SmackDown can one up them. What I will do is they should have CM Punk on Raw and Randy Orton on SmackDown. That's the way I should do it. Because both of them are free agents. So sign them. And also, WWE need to hurry up with a draft so we can have wrestlers to stay on the shows. Because it just don't make sense that Dom is an NXT champion. We have tag team champions on SmackDown and Raw that appear. It's just stupid. The women's champion on Raw appears on SmackDown, although she's the former SmackDown women's champion and they revamped the title. And then last night they showed like Rhea Ripley is the first NXT UK, Raw, SmackDown, and women's world champion. First of all, she's still a SmackDown champion because that's just the title revamped. Y'all just retired the title and renamed it and gave it a makeover. It's just like giving somebody a makeover and you put makeup and some blonde hair on them. Like, bruh, that's still the same person. You're not giving them a makeover. So when I saw that, I'm like, she's like not the first person to do that. Like, it's other women that won the title. Like, what are you talking about? Like Mandy Rock. But at the end of the day, whatever. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Like first work, like women to do that is like Charlotte has gained but end of the day, wasn't happy about CM Punk return. Definitely happy about Randy Orton return. And definitely happy about my boy R-Truth returning. Again, please, if you're listening to this, subscribe to my YouTube. Listen to me on Spotify or all streaming platforms. I will be very appreciative if y'all did that. Thank you and have a great day.